Today we are going to start with our next topic, that is prejudice. Okay. So it is said that majority of the problems in the world, like terrorism, racial discrimination, problem of reservation, caste discrimination, intercaste conflicts, cold wars, religious biases, etc., are result of negative attitude like prejudice. So prejudice is a form of attitude, but it is a negative one. Okay. And so it is said that various problems in the world arises because of this prejudice. Okay. So what happens is, prejudice can sometimes bring very destructive outcomes. We are all living in a world of social and technology, but the most painful situation is that we cannot leave our prejudices and live a harmonious life. So what happens in prejudice is a destructive. It creates problem in the world. Though we are living in a world of science and technology, but still we are such that we cannot leave our prejudices and we cannot live harmonious life. And what happens is, a long time negative attitude can later change into prejudice. So if you have negative attitude and if it is for a long period of time, then it can result into a prejudice. Okay. While prejudice is acquired without making any adequate inquiry or without any adequate knowledge. So prejudice is formed without any inquiry or without any proper knowledge. Okay. So it is baseless. Prejudice is generally baseless. So how prejudice is formed? It can form because of negative socialization that we have in the society. So if our socialization is negative with the people, then we would generate prejudices against them. Okay, or against others. So let us understand the nature and the definition of prejudice. So prejudice, the word prejudice is derived from the Latin word prejudicium. Okay. So what does pre means? It means before, and judicium means judgment. So what does the word prejudice means is judgment beforehand. So without any adequate knowledge, without any adequate inquiry, you certainly jump on the conclusion, you certainly make a judgment. So before any inquiry you make a judgment, that means it is a prejudice. Okay. So psychologists believe that it is a predetermined negative attitude and there is no supportive evidence or proof for it. So what happens is, as you have jumped to the judgment directly, you do not have any supportive evidence, you do not have any proof to prove your point. Okay. This is what psychologists say. And what happens is, prejudice is practiced in an aggressive manner, which is harmful for the society. So the people having prejudice, they practice it in an aggressive manner, and thus it becomes harmful for the society. Okay. So let us understand the definition of the prejudice. The first one is given by Newcomb. He says that prejudice is a preconceived attitude, opinion, feeling or a thought with a view to show opposition. So what does Newcomb say is, prejudice is a preconceived attitude. It is a preconceived, that is, you without any inquiry, without any proper evaluation or without any proof, you just conceive that attitude, or it is an opinion or a feeling, or it can be a thought. And why it is preconceived? Because you want to show the opposition. So to show the opposition, you preconceive any attitude or opinion or feeling or thought, then it is termed as prejudice according to Newcomb. Okay. Then other one is given by Ogborn. He says that prejudice is an impulsive negative attitude which is predetermined and acceptable thought which is without any proof. So according to Ogborn, what is prejudice? It is an impulsive negative attitude, which impulsive means without any prior thinking. So it is an impulsive negative attitude which is predetermined and acceptable. That is, we have thought about that prejudice before itself and it is acceptable. What does it mean? That without any proper inquiry, we come on a judgment, we determine that thing and we accept it, and that also without any proof. Okay. So this is known as prejudice. Then the third definition is given by B. Kuppuswamy. What does he says is, prejudice is an aggressive negative attitude which is learned without any support of real facts or sufficient scrutiny. So again, one and the same thing, prejudice is an aggressive negative attitude. It is a form of negative attitude and that is learned without any support. This prejudice is formed without any support of real facts or sufficient scrutiny, without any proper evaluation, without any proper critic. It is developed and thus it is known as prejudice. Okay. So on the basis of the above definitions, we can have certain nature of prejudice. Okay. So what are they? The first one is prejudice is based on inadequate knowledge and information. So we know that prejudice itself means before judgment. So we know that we do not have any adequate knowledge or information about that our prejudice, that is negative attitude. So we know that prejudice is based on inadequate knowledge or information. Let's see how. For socialization or other social reasons, an individual becomes a member of a particular group. Okay, so we know that for socialization or we want to have any social relations, we become a member of a particular group. Okay, and after becoming the member of that group, we follow the belief, attitude, prejudice that are followed by the group members. Okay, and sometimes it is also on the basic of personal experience. Sometimes it is based on our personal experiences. So what happens is, usually when a person is asked about the reason for prejudice, he does not have any facts to support it, but he practices because the other members also does the same and it is not ready to change, and he is not ready to change. So what happens is, as we are member of the society, as we are member of the group of any particular group, what happens is we generally follow their prejudices, we follow their attitude, we follow their beliefs, what the other group members of our group believes. Okay, so what happens is, if you ask that person what are the reasons to follow that prejudice, the person would not have any argument, would not have any proof to show or any fact to support his view, but still he would follow it because his society follows his group follows. Okay, so it is said that prejudice is based on inadequate knowledge and information. So we do not have proper knowledge or proper information about that prejudice, but still we follow. For example, we say that कि ये काम लड़कियां नहीं कर सकती, ये काम लड़कियों वाला नहीं है. सो क्यों नहीं है? बिकॉज वो दैट वी हैव फॉर्म द प्रिजुडाइज अगेंस्ट दैट. इट इज़ सेड दैट कि लड़कियां अच्छे से ड्राइविंग नहीं कर सकती. वाई कांट अ गर्ल डू? इट इज़ अ प्रिजुडाइज. इट इज़ फॉर्म बिकॉज द सोसाइटी फॉलोज दैट गर्ल्स कैन नॉट ड्राइव प्रॉपरली. But let me say, girls are even flying the planes. So not even just driving, girls can even fly. But that prejudice has been formed because of the inadequate knowledge and information. Okay. Then the second one is, prejudice is always aggressive. Okay. So prejudice is based on inadequate information, we know that, which is never tested, but it is the center of emotion and aggression. We know that prejudice is based on an inadequate information. We do not have proper information, we do not have truthful facts regarding that prejudice, but still we follow it. Okay, we never tested that information, we never evaluated that information, but we still follow it. Why? Because that prejudice is at the center of our emotion and aggression. Okay, because our emotions and aggressions are formed because of that view. Okay, it is directed towards individual, caste, community, group, religion, etc. for whom there is prejudice. It is expressed by using foul language, negative behavior, aggression, violence, etc. So what happens is, this prejudice that we form is generally directed towards the individual. It can be directed towards a caste or a community, group, religion, etc. And when this prejudice is formed against such groups, what happens is, generally individual expresses that aggression or expresses that negative behavior through foul language or that is offensive language, or they can resort to violence, or even any negative kind of behavior they can show. Okay, so that is why it is said that prejudice is always aggressive, because we generally show our prejudice, we generally because of the following of our prejudice, we generally resort to violence or negative behavior. Okay, for example, here it is given that in Cricket World Cup final match between England and West Indies, then people of India or Pakistan are not bothered whosoever wins. But if the same final is between India and Pakistan, then the whole scenario is different. If India wins, people will burst crackers and rejoice, and such aggression which is suggestive of prejudice attitude towards the other country. So what happens here, what example is given that if a cricket World Cup is going between England and West Indies, then the people of India or Pakistan are not bothered much. But the same World Cup, if it's between India and Pakistan, then the whole scenario becomes different. So if the Indian people wins, then people will burst crackers or they rejoice. And why this happens? Because the people of India have prejudice against Pakistan, and the same Pakistan have prejudice against Indian people. Okay. So what happens is when the India wins, we celebrate by bursting crackers or we rejoice. So this happens because we show aggression towards the other country, that is towards the Pakistan, and thus this aggression is there because of the prejudice. Okay. So prejudice is always aggressive. The next one is prejudice teaches an individual rationalization. So we know that rationalization means to support or to give a rational idea or to give a rational viewpoint regarding something. Okay, so what happens in this, how prejudice teaches rationalization to an individual, that is because of this prejudice the individual develops a defense mechanism, and that defense mechanism is rationalization. So what happens is, though individual has formed the prejudice, he won't have any information to support, he won't have any proof to support his argument, but still the individual try to logically put that prejudice so that he can support his view. So what happens is, rationalization is a defense mechanism wherein individual uses false or concocted reasons for his behavior. As the individual does not have any justification for his prejudice and does not accept his negative behavior, but he tries to logically reason out his action. So if a person has shown a negative behavior, then he would try to logically reason that behavior based on the prejudice. So he will use this prejudice to rationalize his behavior, and thus it is said that prejudice teaches an individual rationalization. Okay. Then the other one is prejudice arouse poisonous feelings. So we know that prejudice is a negative attitude and it is an aggressive one. So whenever the prejudice is formed, the poisonous feelings also developed in a human being. Okay. So if one group shows aggressive attitude towards the other group retaliates with more aggression, which increases the prejudice. Prejudice gives rise to many antisocial activities like communal riots, strike, destruction, etc., which increases the conflict and negative feelings. So what happens is, if one group is aggressive to the other will also retaliate with more aggressiveness. So the prejudice would increase, and because of this prejudice, because of this poisonous feeling, we can see many antisocial activities like communal riots, strike, destruction, etc. And thus in turn the negative feelings, the poisonous feeling goes on increasing. Okay. Then prejudice are group oriented. So every member of a group has different type of experiences, beliefs, understanding, etc. Okay. Within the group members which give rise to prejudice. Such individual prejudices are generalized towards people, religion, group, community, etc. Okay. So what happens is, prejudice is group oriented. For example, we know that we live in a social group, we have our groups. Okay. So what happens is, if an individual encounters something with the other group, that is if he has developed a negative feeling towards the other group, then what happens is, not even other group but the individual of the other group, then what happens is, the individual will generate, that is the individual will gain prejudices against the whole group. For example, if a person is cheated by a businessman of Ahmedabad, so what happens is that individual is cheated by just one businessman of that city Ahmedabad, but what he will term it as, all these businessmen of Ahmedabad are cheaters. And why this happens is because he has concluded that Ahmedabad is a group. So it is said that prejudice are group oriented. So if you have a negative feeling, if you have negative that is an attitude or a prejudice against an individual of a particular group, then that prejudice gets associated with the whole group, and that's why it is said that prejudice are group oriented. Okay. Then the next one is, prejudice is passed on from generation to generation. So prejudice does not end with the individual, but it goes on with generation. So let us have it. Man is a social animal, and so all his life he undergoes the process of socialization. So we know that man is a social animal, and for the whole life we goes through the process of socialization. He realizes that prejudice is a result of personal experience, social conditioning, and present social situation. And why does prejudice generates? Because of personal experiences, social conditioning, and present social situations. Okay. Then many a times we have seen that children do not understand the prejudiced behavior of elders in the family, but at the same time passes and the child grows up, matures, he starts understanding the prejudiced behavior by interaction and socialization. He also starts behaving in the same manner, so we can say that prejudice are passed from generation to generation. So what it is said over here is that children generally do not understand the prejudiced behavior of the elders in the family, because we know that as attitude is a learned one, it is not inborn, and thus prejudice is also a subset of attitude, that is prejudice is a negative attitude, it is also a learned one. So children do not have prejudice from before, but they learn from their elders in the family. Okay. So what happens is initially they do not understand what prejudice is, why elders are behaving in such way, but as they grow, as they mature, they start understanding that prejudiced behavior, because they also have interaction and socialization in the social group of our society. So in this manner they also gain that prejudice and they start behaving in the same manner, and thus they also gain the prejudice, and in this way from generation to generation the prejudice is passed on. Okay. So for an example, it is said that girls should do the kitchen work and the boys would not do that. It is not a work of a boy. So what happens is a child would not understand why it is said that, but as he grows, as he matures, he socializes with the other group, he socializes with the society, and he then forms the same view that the kitchen work is for the girls and the other work are for the boys, which is not true. But in this way the prejudice is passed on from generation to generation. Okay. So here we complete our meaning, definition, and the nature of the prejudice.